Hey there, folks. What's up? Welcome to Star Wars Galaxy Shows. Today's the 31st because it's after midnight. It should be the 30th. Thanks for being here. Star Wars Galaxy Shows, the free to play. What's going on? All right, I got to tell you a story. So, for the past 4 or 5 days, we've had our 1-year-old foster son's half brother, who's 6 months, and you're like, half brother? Yeah. Same dad, different moms. And anyway, we've had them, and we're almost at 5,000, so we're at 4,900. So let's spin down. Here we go. But yeah, we've had him since, I think we got him, I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday. But anyway, he's been with us Friday or Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then, of course, Wednesday, which is today. And then on Saturday, we also had our former foster son, the 2-year-old that lives down the street. And had all of them. And then foster son's grandparents came and took him, and they're allowed to take him, but not his half brother. Anyway, not important to the story. So we had our former foster son, and come to find out, he wasn't really eating. He was kind of in pain. Whatever. Come to find out after at the end of the day, his mom says, well, I wonder if he has hand, foot, and mouth. Yeah. And I don't really know much about that. But we were like, huh. Okay. Fast forward to today. I went to work, and my wife says, yep, daughter's got hand, foot, mouth, and so does the son. Our son. And our daughter. So, awesome. That's awesome. That's fine, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking. But there's one thing I have to say about that. It's like who would volunteer to do that to their life? Because how many people are foster parents? You always hear stories about everything, and it's not the way we would do business, but it's not easy to be a foster parent at all. Let me tell you that first and foremost. Because parents are parents, and they have to deal with certain government entities, and you have to manage expectations. You have to manage your own expectations, and you have to be forward thinking enough to answer the right questions. One of the questions I have is about this new thing in the store. We just stop and address this real quick. Have you noticed when you go to purchase something, there's a delay when you're purchasing something in the store? I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Which I'm going to purchase this, and it's going to. What's that delay in the background about? I don't know. Doesn't feel good. But yeah, there's that. So apparently we've gotten the hand, foot, and mouth. My wife is considering staying home from work tomorrow. And she said that right before I came home, or maybe right as I was working in, my son woke up screaming. And she said that he had a fever earlier tonight, so I'm probably going to be dealing with that all night, which is super fun. And there's at least some chance that me and or her will come down with it. So that's awesome. And I mean, you just have to think who voluntarily does this to our life. Well, we're foster parents. We already have 2 kids, and then we have a 1-year-old foster son, and then we're taking his half brother for close to a week, and then we're still babysitting the former foster son on Saturdays, and he ends up bringing down something, and that I'll end up getting it. First of all, who's going to be a foster parent who would voluntarily add a half-year-old into a mixture that already has a 5, a 6, and a 1-year-old to it. And so we're going to add a 6-month-old to that. And then we voluntarily take 2-year-old for the day. What person does that? And the answer is probably just me. And, I've been dealing with hip pain, but getting that dealt with, and now having, just the hand, foot, and mouth come and visit us it's not at all frustrating and perfectly fine. Just like not getting the mods you need, not getting, being crapped on because you don't have good mods when you're literally like, I'm trying to get good mods and it's just not loaded for me, Chief. I mean, it's like because there's a number of ways to live, right? Like we have a lot of friends who just, they have a couple of kids and then they're done. And they do what I call coast, where there's just nothing to them. They're super worried about offending people, and so they end up compromising places, and they're the ones always going to because they only have 2 kids and that's all they have to worry about is they just put their 2 kids in the car and they're just gone and you never see them, and they're like, hey, we went and did this, hey, we went and we saw a movie today, oh, we went to the amusement park, oh, we went to the park, oh, we went to the library. Mom's got her posting her picture of her whatever. And that's most people. Quite frankly, most people just have their couple kids and they coast. And it's like, for me, that's an interesting thought. It's not a calculation that, based upon what we believe, we just, that's nowhere in the Bible. And I'll be honest, I spent a lot of tonight in prayer for folks like that, for people who just want to coast, who just want to, Are we seeing this? What's with this? What's with this? Why? Why can't I just click on things? Why is it delaying for like 3 seconds between purchases? What's going on? What is this? Is this new? Why is it here? I don't know. Am I the only one experiencing it? I don't know. But it's making me angry. But yeah, I mean, we could have said, we could have said no to the 1-year-old foster son back a while ago. We could have said no to keeping to babysitting the former foster son because he's not our foster son, so we're not responsible for him. At least, and we could have definitely said no to the half brother, but we didn't. And a lot of people are just avoid everything, anything that hurts at all cost. And that's cute, but it's not biblical. Anyway, let's do JC because I almost forgot it. Let's do this real quick, see what happens. I'm gonna move on. Hey, it's me. You can't see it, but his name is me. There it is, me. Darkside Horse Story, and got some stuff. What's he got? 6.8. Is this seriously all his? Am I really seeing this where he's got 6 relic characters and? Okay. I guess. Let's see it. Okay. Not exactly sure what this is, but okay. What's up, Master Qui-Gon, I guess? With my crappy Anakin, and then this guy, and then these two, and we'll throw a healer there. Well, can't throw a healer there because we don't have a healer. Let's roll it, see what happens. I don't have any clue what's going to happen, honestly. We're just going to throw this out there and then get to their back line and see what they have for us on the back line, which I'm guessing is nothing. That's not really surprising that we did that. Do they have anything on the back line? Based upon what I've seen, I doubt it. Nope. Nothing on the back line. So here we could try the first order Revan team. We could just try. We could try the first order of the Revan team, which I think is what we're going to try to do. And here we're going to go another gal rep. That's basically all of our leftovers. Let's try Shakti. I don't know if we're going to be able to make Shakti work, but we'll see. I don't see why this shouldn't work because there's no Omicrons. Zalbar, no Omicron. The Zalbar Omicron would be worrisome, but there's no Zalbar Omicron. Once again, we are going to try first order on that Revan team. I don't think we're going to have any luck, but we'll give it a shot. See what happens. All right, good stuff, good stuff. And now we'll take our shot at Revan here. Revan with what we got left, which is honestly not anything to write home about, but we're gonna throw it out there and see what happens. Because maybe we get lucky. Maybe we get lucky. I don't know we will, but we'll see. I have very little confidence this is gonna work, but just because I don't think it's gonna work doesn't mean we might, I would feel much better if we were Slicker ready and we had Slicker to do this, but obviously if we had Slicker on defense, I don't think we'd have to worry about much, but we're not there yet, so. But we will be. When? I'm not exactly sure. So that it won't work out, but I'm not really surprised. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thanks for being here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. As always, appreciate all of you. I'm going to move myself back down, focus myself a little bit more. Not that it really matters because we're about to end the video, but just going forward. But anyway, tell your friends, like, subscribe, hold the line, and remember that I have friends everywhere. Bye.